let's bring on Debbie, Wild Frontiers. Can't wait to hear all about it. Debbie, come on up, say hello to the IntelliTravel family, and you're good to go. We'll get the timer going. Jennifer?
Hi. Sorry.
You would need the clicker. Sorry, Debbie. We have done this before. You would think we just started. There you go.
Okay. Nice to meet you all. And, just like to give you a little bit of a rundown of the area, or the two countries, Uganda and Rwanda, which are typically known for mountain gorillas, and give you some more reasons why you should be going there for more than mountain gorillas. So Uganda's got 10 national parks, a mix of sort of mountainous areas, forests, savanna areas. Obviously we've got massive rivers and lakes there as well. And obviously with that you get a variety of activities. And then jumping down to Rwanda, we've got 4 national parks there. Again, we've got the big 5 in Kagera, forest walks, primates, birding, and of course gorillas down in Volcanoes National Park as well. So I think what I'd like to do is just run through the destination a little bit on a map to try and give you an indication of what's where. So this is Uganda. All the green bits are our national parks. So down in the southwest, you've got Bwindi National Park, which is where we have our mountain gorillas, and down into Rwanda as well in DRC. So that little bottom corner is where all the world's mountain gorillas live. Queen Elizabeth Park, National Park to the north, good for game viewing, chimpanzees. Further north up to Kibale Forest, also chimpanzees, forest walks and so forth. And then zooming straight up to Murchison Falls, again a park for game viewing, as well as having the Nile River running through it. Heading into Rwanda now, we've got the Virunga's Volcanoes National Park at the top left-hand corner, which is where Uganda, DRC and Rwanda will meet. To the right-hand side, Akagera National Park, Big 5 territory, and then Nyungwe Forest down in the bottom left-hand corner, spectacular piece of countryside. So just very quickly to tap on the gorillas, which is the main reason people go there, of course. Uganda versus Rwanda. There's various opinions about the terrain and difficulty levels and things like that between the two destinations, the different accommodations there and so forth. But at the end of the day, you're looking at when you go for your briefing, your guides will tell you, which family you're going to, and there will be differences between them. So you could trek for 20 minutes to see your gorilla family, or you could trek for 4 hours. Once you get there, you literally spend 1 hour amongst them. There's about 1,100 mountain gorillas left in the world. A couple of fundamental things. Rwanda, your gorilla permit price is $1,500 and Uganda is $700. So there's a big price difference, even though your experience is very similar. You spend exactly an hour with the gorillas once you find them. Something to note as well is the age limit of 15 years. Permits, when you buy a permit, they're non-refundable and they're not transferable, so you can't move your permits around. So you really do need to decide when you're going and stick to it, because it does become a bit of a problem. So here's a little bit of a Google map to show you the terrain. You can see from the terrain on here, it's very mountainous and very, very beautiful indeed. Bwindi up in the north there, and Akahinga and volcanoes down in the south. You can actually see those grey volcanoes popping up along the borderline. It's quite spectacular. So a couple of visuals here just to show you a little bit about the actual terrain and the forest. This is fairly typical of a walk. You go through the forest with your guide, take waters as well, and this is the type of terrain that you're walking in. It's actually beautiful. You find your gorillas and you spend an hour watching them and photographing them, of course. Buhoma Lodge is our lodge on the edge of the forest. We've just got 10 chalets there. Great base for gorilla trekking. All our chalets look across into the forest, and we literally walk down to them. It's such a nice spot. So when you're there, we also offer a free massage at the end of the gorilla trekking, which is very nice to have at the end of that. Sorry. This is southern Bwindi, just looking across the forests, to give you some ideas of the views. Down into Rwanda, This is actually the Virungas. This cloud formation is quite fascinating. But the Virungas are along the edge of the two countries, and the gorillas actually live on the slopes of those volcanoes. So here we go then. Other things you can do. Chimpanzee trekking and other primates. The forests are pumping with wildlife. In Uganda and Rwanda, there's a great many options and different places to go to. And to go and see chimpanzees. This is a place called Chimpanzee Gorge. You can walk down into the gorge. It's quite a beautiful spot. Then other things you can do in the region, canopy walk in Rwanda. It's quite spectacular. You'll see some photos coming up now. If you have people who are into birding, magic birding destination. We've got over 1,000 bird species there. So here's your canopy walk. Not for the faint-hearted, I might add. And then, of course, your game viewing. Uganda and Rwanda have both got fantastic game viewing, boating safaris, river cruises, etc. These are typical of our vehicles there. The roof pops up, as you can see, and inside they're very spacious. Everybody gets a window seat. You've got a 360-degree view through the roof. And, of course, there's the trusty fridge, so you can keep your beers nice and cold. This is Akagera National Park, quite a spectacular area. Some lovely lakes in there, variety of accommodations in all these places. Tree climbing line is something that sort of happens quite frequently in Ishasha National Park, in the Ishasha sector of Queen Elizabeth National Park. And as you can see, quite a variety of terrain, game, and things to do there. This is our second little camp called Ishasha Wilderness Camp. It's inside the park. There's no fences, so the game walks freely through the area. There's elephants joining us for lunch there, as you can see. We often do sunset drinks or possibly picnic breakfasts for our guests. Moving further north, still in Uganda, this is on the edge of Kibale Forest. Beautiful crater lakes, some of the accommodations that one can stay at. It's a massive variety. And then last but not least, in Uganda, up in the north, the Murchison Falls, which is the Nile River squeezing through this very narrow gap, and it creates a spectacular falls. We get right up close to it in the boats. We do game viewing from the boats, we do fishing, all sorts of things. And if that's not enough to keep you busy, then you can also get involved in lion tracking projects, or perhaps get involved with the women's community projects. There's so much to do in the area. Climb the Rwenzori, enjoy a wellness type of safari, go do some fishing, or just chill. So there's plenty of things to do in this part of the world. Game viewing from boats is always quite fun, get up close to the animals. And this is a little camp we put up for private guests as well in the national parks. So if people have got some spare time in Entebbe, there's a number of day trips going out to Gamba Island, the chimpanzee sanctuary, perhaps go to see birds on the swamps. And this is one of the lodges at Ginger, a place called Wild Waters, which is pretty cool. It's like being built in the middle of the river. And if you so choose, you can go and do some crazy whitewater rafting, bungee jumping, cycling. You can do a community visit there. So I think hopefully you're getting the picture that Uganda and Rwanda is not just about mountain gorillas. In terms of getting there, it's a very easy link into both East Africa, which is Kenya, Tanzania, as well as Southern Africa. Around the country, there's plenty of flights or vehicle transportation, even helicopters. Styles of accommodation, we've got absolute top accommodation all the way down to sort of 3-star and below. And we also can design private safaris for any number of days or guests, or people can join one of our small group departures if they want to travel with others. So there we go, folks. Uganda and Rwanda, definitely much more than just gorillas. I hope you enjoyed the presentation, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Debbie from Wild Frontiers.